Welcome back, everybody. It's been 5 days since I've picked the camera up. A few things have happened. We've finished the canola, so we finished that yesterday. So today we're going to get on to switching on to barley. So it's going to be a whole day of doing that. I'm currently standing out in the paddock that we started in. I thought I'd show you. We've got germination. So we've got canola is up and growing, which is very nice to see. So this has all come up with that 5 mil of rain, that surprise 5 mil of rain we had. There's no rain on the horizon, although there's a chance of a bit of rain today. I'm not sure if we'll get it or not, but yeah, there's a chance today. But other than that, there's no rain forecast for the next month. So it is a bit scary having these guys up and germinated. But yeah, not much we can do. They're up and away. So today Henry's going to get out and get spraying out in front of George. Henry's doing chemical that he can only go 24 hours out in front max because it needs to get covered. So he'll only be doing probably about a tank. George and I need to get Wally. We need to empty the seeder, empty Wally, change the bins over, put some barley in, get it all down there, fill it, get it calibrated, and get seeding. One exciting thing that happened, or that we did, we went and looked at the new John Deere bar. There's a farmer around here that's got one. Well, he's got two actually. So we went and had a look at that. So essentially it's a seed master. Very impressed with it. It was good to go and see it actually working. They've done about 1,200 hectares with it, so it was good to see that, you know, it had some hectares underneath its belt. Yeah, looks like a very good machine. It wasn't in heavy stubble, so we couldn't tell, you know, any difference or see what was going on with that compared to what it would be like in our conditions. But all in all, looked pretty nice. We haven't decided on a bar yet, but yeah, it looked good. So we'll see what happens. Right, so we had a look in Wally. We've still got some canola in here, so what we're going to do is just head straight on down. Henry's taking George to the tractor, and we're going to move that down to the bottom where we fill with the fill bins. Then we'll empty out the urea and the canola into here and get in, clean the bins out. Then we'll come back up here. We're going to empty the urea out, and we're going to empty the canola out because the urea is in our back bin. That now needs to go in the middle bin, and we need to get the auger, chuck that into the silo there, and that is barley. We load that one in our rear bin, and then yeah, we'll be right to head back down and fill up. I forgot, one of the other things that we did whilst I didn't have the camera for the last 5 days is we went around and put all our signs up. So they are all up and proud, and yeah, no, it's just awesome to have the signs now, because it just makes it a lot easier for me directing someone who hasn't been to the farm, say a truckie who's delivering something, or new workers are arriving. You just say, oh, come down, pull out the Atherton sign, instead of, we used to have a green drum or a blue drum, or you sort of forget what colour drums there are. But no, that's they're all up now, which is nice. So anyway, I'll get back up here. I've got a bit of waiting to do for George to transport down to me. We'll go have a look at the paddock we're going into, the stubble load out there. We are seeding barley into wheat stubble. So our rotation, we go canola, wheat, barley. So that's how you know what we're seeding into. Now, wheat is obviously not a big in biomass plant like what barley is. So wheat stubble, you normally have a pretty good time getting through. So here is our current stubble load. So you can see the wheat's going up this way, and you can see the canola we seeded that way the year before, because obviously trying to get that yield, well, that germination, and getting through the barley stubble. And one thing you'll note is there's not a huge amount of barley stubble you're seeing here. So the barley stubble you are seeing is, you know, it's all rotted, you know, done what it's supposed to do. It's, you know, going into the soil, which is nice. But what I am going to do is we are going to seed on our tram. I know I said earlier in the year that we were going to do our barley into the wheat on the angle because it eliminates two problems. But yeah, I reckon that came up with that. It's not been proven yet. I think that's why we had such a hard time getting through our barley stubble seed in the canola, is because the wheat stubble was still there. So this barley stubble here, this is 3 years ago. That's still sitting there. So you can imagine the wheat stubble that was so thick the year before, and that was, yeah. Anyway, that's what we're doing. We're going to go straight into interrow sowing. George should have no issues with that bar. It's a lot better seeding into wheat, and all he needs to do is just nudge across one or two and he can go interrow sowing. If I go for this new John Deere bar, we'll get it with a receiver on there, and then it'll steer the bar, well, it'll steer the tractor. It does active steering, and yeah, then that way we don't need a nudge. We can just tell it, to go across 3 centimeters or whatever and stay there, and it'll do that for the whole paddock. Instead of George on this one will be going up, and then every now and then he'll notice he'll need a nudge. But we'll see how he goes. I'm hoping it'll go well. But as you can see, the sun is starting to shine now. So what we're going to do is get this unloaded, get back to the shed and clean out that, and probably get Henry on his way spraying. Because I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but today there's a slight chance of rain. Will it happen? Probably not. But yeah, better to get him out spraying before any chance of rain happens, so that we can at least get seeding. Alright, we're going to get this auger out and flipped around. So we got urea in this tank just here, which is just here, and we actually left the door open for that. So there's urea in this one and this one, only a tiny bit, but we're going to open them up as well and get that out, just because the urea is it'll be hard. So we just want to make sure that that's all out, because what we do is that is barley, that stays as ag flow, and these ones go into there, and then this is our urea tank.
Looks like the bottom of the bin, so you think it's nearly empty when you got heat. Oh, God.
Gloves, do I? Do you know what big gloves mean? Big hands.
I don't think this is hydraulic.
It is hydraulic.
Alright, but doesn't mean I was going for hours on hours. I'll even
This isn't gonna, you're gonna need to move this.
No, that's fine.
It's,
right.
George, it's gonna...
Alright, then we'll have to move the cutter.
We'll move this is definitely hydraulic.
I don't need to clean these out because it's going into the urea.
Yeah, right? It's just we want to make sure that there's nothing.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I don't actually have to get in it.
No,
Yeah,
no.
Cool.
I am ready, and this is why we're doing it, because that is all rock hard. We're going to need your screwdriver, or a screwdriver. So this is why we're doing it, because when you leave urea, it gets hard. Like the urea is still good, but it's hard. So.
Along with screwdriver.
There you go. Yep.
Is that alright there?
Yep, put that down. Okay, the plan now we would normally go to the shed and we'd empty the urea out and the canola, put the urea in the middle, barley in the back. But what we're going to do, we've got a little bit more urea than we would like on board. So we're going to flip around, we're going to flip the auger around, and we're going to load the urea up now. We've got enough on here to fill it, and then that way it just means it's quicker for us back at the shed there to empty it out. We're not spending more time, just trying to be a bit more efficient. Henry's headed off. He's taking the service trailer. He's going to put that behind the fert shed for me on the grass. And what we'll do, we'll get back, we'll empty out the nourish. So we need to empty out the urea and the canola. Then we'll go out there and we hop up, we blow it all out, get it clean so that we've got no cross-contamination. Fill her up, get back down here, and then we'll get raw. But yeah, Henry's going to drop that and then he's going to get spraying. The wind today is meant to pick up. So yeah, just going to get him rolling just to get 100 hectares out, and then we'll see how the day goes for George, and what time we get going, and then yeah, how many hectares he's got. We might go and do another 100 hectare brew after that, but at least if we can get one out, then we can get started. That couldn't have gone any better. The amount of urea that we had left in the truck, and then what we put in from the bin, filled the urea up perfectly. Like, it needs maybe 100 kilos, so we're not even going to worry about that, which is perfect. It just speeds our process up when we get back to the shed. We don't need to worry about trying to reverse this in, cleaning it out. We can just get the canola out and then blow them all out and then get loaded and back down, which is awesome. Now the fun part, we've got to clean all these things out now, so hopefully I can just, do that. But can I pull this one up? Yes I can. Alright, so we're just going to blow all this out so it's all clean and clear, because obviously we don't want urea in our barley and canola in our urea. So nice and full. Hopefully that'll fill the seeder up nice and full. Only thing missing is urea, but we've got urea full down there anyway, so this will speed us up. So let's get down there and get filled. So we're away, and we got those. Well, these three are full of urea, and that is how much we have left over. So yeah, you'd probably get, I don't know, 50 to 100 kilos in that. And then obviously this is ready for barley now, and then all I got to do is change a few things in the screen, and then we're going to calibrate everything. So obviously we need to calibrate the wheat and the barley, the barley and the urea, because that's coming out of new bins and stuff. But we're going to recalibrate the ag flow as well, just to make sure that it's still coming out at the right way, the right rate that it's supposed to. So the joy with barley, it just does not flow through screens. So you're just sort of praying that it's not got any lumps in. We always have to take off the one at the bottom because it just does not flow through there, and then it's struggling to flow through this one at the top here as well. So we've just taken that off, and yeah, we'll fill it up. You can probably tell it's getting a bit windy now. Henry stopped spraying. We've also had a few spits of rain, but nothing too major yet. So yeah, slowly we're getting there to getting raw, and it's a big process to switch seeds, but yeah, we get it done. We've had an issue, so in calibrating, well, we're just priming the auger first. We've got an issue here. We've got a lot of noise happening. We believe it's a slip catch. We have taken the chain off and free spun it by hand, and it spins, you know, fairly easy, so it doesn't seem like there's anything stuck in there. And then we've run it. Yeah, you can take that chain off. And we've run it with the chain off the hydro motor to make sure it wasn't the hydro motor side. So yeah, we believe it's the slip clutch. So what we're going to do is we're taking the slip clutch off the Canola there because we don't use that one at the moment. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully that's our issue.
Yeah.
I think it maybe be good. Oh, where am I going to lever that off? There, maybe. Ready to catch?
Yep.
Turn it, just keep rotating. Rotate it, yep. So I can turn that by hand. Now, George, there's a, you've got it. Put it on with it.
Yeah.
Just get it the whole way and then you just tap it on. Turn.
Damn it. So, can you hold the gear on the other side, George, please?
Yep, I reckon you're good to tighten that there, Henry. I think that's pretty good. Alright, moment of truth. We've got the all ready to roll. And that's answered our question. It was the slip clutch. So at least we've got a spare one because of the Canola. So we'll empty that and we'll calibrate everything now. Alright, the joy of this is we can do all three at the one time. It's not like Canola. So my phone's over here. Try and stop it at 10 kilos so someone's not carrying a huge amount up. Alright, barley first. 10.15. That was meant to be 9.7. Alright, what's our urea? 3.9. That was meant to be 5.2. Now hopefully our egg flow is close because this one is one that hasn't been, well, that has been calibrated. 10.05. That was meant to be 10.42, so actually not too bad. Alright. They will all be going again. we got a bit distracted with everything, and I wasn't watching my phone, so we got a bit full. Nothing overflowed. 14.6. It's meant to be 15 on the dot. 7.95. God, that's going backwards. That's meant to be 8.5. 15.85. We're getting close on that one. Yep. So we're all done now. So we can close all those off at the bottom. So it's all done, all calibrated. They're all within like 50 to 100 grams of what we want. So now this is what we do. We just throw the barley in this one. So now we're just gonna empty this and get George on his way. The guys, I had to go get my ute so we could fix the auger there. The guys have already adjusted the shims for our seating depth, so we'll check that and make sure. But yeah, we're ready to roll. Right, we're out in the paddock now, doing a seed check. We're going to change something on the screen. I think it's still messing around with the calibration because it kept going for quite a while, so I'm going to just change something up there. But you can see everything nice and clearly when it's barley because a lot comes out. And I'll check his seed depth once we get roaring. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. We did have it. It was stuck in calibration. Well, it wasn't in calibration mode, but it was still stuck in manual speed mode for some reason. Turn it off, but it still didn't look right. So I've just done the classic turn it off, turn it on again. And yeah, we'll get rolling in a sec. Always good, we can hear the seed coming out, we can see our things spinning over. So now we'll just check our seed depth. There we are. 1, 2, 3. Surprising thing, that 5 mils of rain that we had, we've got moisture down here, which is scary in a way because it'll germinate. Well, it might germinate, and then we'll be into needing some rain essentially. How was your time? Oh, you're on the same time as me. We'll go over the bar and have a look, make sure that everything's all right. But we could probably go another shim down, but I reckon we might leave that for now.
One knuckle deep. One joint deep.
I can't find any. Oh, there it is. Well, that one's really deep.
Oh, it's about
And then that one there was,
that
yeah.
deep.
Oh, well, I reckon we're pretty good. We'll leave it at that. George has stopped for some reason, so we'll just go over and see what's happening there. It's working. The issue was that it disconnected from my phone, and that apparently turned all the bins off. So I don't know what was going on. And we're having a, well, it is Monday morning anyway, so it's Monday morning for the seeder. It doesn't want to be seeding. Well, that screen definitely doesn't. But no, he's going now. And that seed depth I'm pretty okay with. We'll check it as it goes on. We might want to go a bit deeper when we get a bit further on into the barley, but for the time being, I think I'll leave it where it is. So George is just cruising along at about 8.2 k's an hour, because that's how it works with our gears and revs on this machine. So he's sitting at just, well, basically 20 hectares an hour for the hectare wise, which is good. And it's going well. We're not getting too much soil throw, so yeah, we'll leave him at that. And it's going to be probably, I don't know, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock that we'll go do another fill. So we'll get Wally back to the shed, get that all nice and full and ready to roll. I'm in Ben because I was coming down to swap in my ute, which is down here, and George is on his second lap now, and we've had probably nearly a mil of rain, and he is having no issues with stubble. It's very nice. This is how a bar should operate. But he's just cruising along, and the stubble is just flowing through because obviously it's wheat stubble. And he hasn't had an issue, so it's nice when the bar works how it's meant to work. Just a shame we can't get through barley stubble, but yeah, it's going through nicely. You guys can see that he's inter-row sowing there, which is just perfect. Just have a quick look at his seed depth here. I've only got my fingers, but should be able to find it, hopefully. Yeah, I buried it. Just there. So pretty good. I think maybe halfway through this paddock, I might adjust him down, take one shim out and go down just one shim, but at the moment I think that's pretty good. So look guys, at the moment, because of this drizzle, I can't load Wally up or get anything ready, so I think we might leave the video there. I promise the next video I'll get the giant up and we'll get some aerial photography so you guys can see that. But yeah, we'll leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.